a game right now that, you know, they have their own secrets, their own way of playing things, their own trends. Is there anything coming out of China that we might see Serenity use here?
I know in the major calls for like the Paris major, China really loved Venge, Razor. I think they're still in the lifesteal train, but some teams are like very consistently. Some are like first two and some don't pick at all. Some people last pick lifesteal, but I think Venge, Razor, and Lina, because this Lina player on this team is like really well known, like what he said. So both teams have a really strong Lina player.
Also, I think PA Magnus, LGD still did it.
Yeah,
in the Paris major, so that might still be Chinese meta, and that duo is still insanely strong if you know how to play it. And I'm pretty sure Serenity, I hope, no.
Well, I'm
VGJ definitely didn't.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. So yeah, I think as well, you know, there was a couple of pocket picks, I believe, that Serenity tried to slip in. I don't know if that's kind of fallen by the wayside. But look, oh, super quick
These bans are so strange.
Medusa, TB, and Sand King immediately out. Does that surprise you, Arteezy? Why are they strange?
I think maybe they just don't play TB or Dusa, but I do remember China used to love Dusa a lot, but that was a couple of months ago. So maybe they just respect the NA Dusa. Yeah,
I was going to say, I think it's mainly because we've seen, on day one, we saw Medusa picked pretty much every game, picked or banned every game. So.
Is that like an insta-pick Bane?
Yeah. Also as well, just to let you know, Artur, we have got Bulba floating around as
Do we?
a disembodied voice. He is there. He's going to jump in at points in the...
Wait, is he hearing?
Yeah, well, he can jump right in. There he is. Look, I just didn't want to catch you off guard because you just got to the desk. So.
What's up, Artur?
Hey, so they gave away Lina, Bulba. What do you think? Why did they do that?
I mean, they probably just don't really respect it. Like, they won in one game with the Lina, but, you know, they obviously, I think they... Like you said, they respect the Medusa. It was picked a lot in the China quals. I think they even lost to Keen's Medusa. That might have been what knocked them out of one of the qualifiers. They banned Terrorblade. I'm not sure why they banned the TB. And they banned Sand King. So their bans are kind of random. But, you know, I guess they want to just play with the Lina.
Yeah, I've seen this opening before. Like Lina Sven, Lina Sand King. Was that it?
Shaker.
I mean, it's just a good, like, lane. Like Lina Sven. Also, it's a really good, like, core duo. Like, Sven and Lina together are really good. Like, mid Lina and Sven carry, so it's super open. They can do whatever they want with their draft.
I'm a bit surprised that Venge isn't being picked anymore. Like, I felt like throughout this tournament, in the beginning, Venge was really popular. Although not that many games, Venge was popular and then kind of started dying.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, again, on day one, that was one of the principal bans, and then I think it got through for a few games, and now nobody wants it. So.
Yeah.
I have a bird called Ritsu that said that they actually did scrim Serenity a few games, and I think they won 1-1 versus Serenity. That was GG and G, by the way. So
GG and GG?
Yeah, GG and GG.
Yeah.
So they did scrim Serenity. They played a few practice games here.
Yeah, they get a G for every win.
So these boys are warmed up. Their fingers are...
Yeah, see, I knew they were... You got to understand, Team Serenity,
I mean, but you know,
they're here to play.
Giving fear the Lina, are they mentally prepared for what's going to happen right now? Because they don't look ready, man. Like, giving fear is Lina, man.
So they gave away Lina, and then they picked Shaker when they picked Sven Lina. I don't understand. What do you think?
I don't know, Artur, tell me more.
Bulba, tell me more. Draft?
Tell me more.
Please don't sing. Please no.
I mean, it looks like a strong support duo. Shaker's like been picked by all the regions, honestly. I saw Shaker picked in some of the China games too. It was picked a lot in Europe. Few picks in America, but it just seems like a popular four for most of the four players. It's been buffed quite a bit the last few patches. And I mean, regardless, it's like the first phase. They're gonna probably just counter pick. Wait to see.
Yeah. J.Storm banned Nakes. It's really good versus both Lina and Sven. Also can just lane there, you know. He's one of those carries who won't die to that lane. You always get your rage off if you're like active.
Yeah,
or somewhat decent, right, Artur?
That's true. That's true.
What?
However, like the laning phase is pretty. I don't know. Sven Lina is such an annoying lane. Dude, Lina hits you for like 64 damage, I think.
Yeah, she had 55, and then she got 7 damage off, and recently she got 6 agility.
Yeah.
So her attack speed is insanely well too now.
That lane honestly like isn't so bad against Lifesteal, but I think you wouldn't want to play that lane against Lifesteal at 8 minutes.
Like there's an ogre and a troll.
Someone loves the March ogre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of his siggies, you know, good old ogre running in every fight, making some space. I still don't like the hero. I think it's just like more of what he wants to play instead of like what he thinks. It's good. Maybe he thinks it's good just because he wants to play, you know. Yeah, we have some players who do that.
What?
Troll
Hero
play-
top?
Yeah, I'm kind of happy to see Troll. Maybe this team knows how to play
Oh,
Troll
okay.
because the last team
Fourth
didn't.
pick
If
Panda.
you look at all of J.Storm's heroes, all 4 of those heroes are support, possibly. You know that?
Yeah, I mean it's way too open. It reminds me like yeah.
Of
I mean, we don't talk about it. Anyways, the point is
Wait, who?
Lena. I think now this Lena is definitely mid, right? They kind of showed their hand. Or yeah, because
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe Fear can play Ogre, March can play Panda, Sven can be carry, Lena
oh
can
my
be...
god, dude, I
I
can't
don't-
predict.
Lena can be
I don't
mid.
know what's going on.
I mean, the thing is, Serenity has first pick,
Yeah.
and they don't understand what to do, you know?
Yeah,
This is their plan.
they're so confused. But wouldn't you rather do this on like
I would rather
on
be-
like
It's a-
first pick if we're J.Storm?
It's
You
a
want
really
this
good-
draft on first pick, right?
It's a really good back game, actually.
I'd rather be Serenity than J.Storm.
I
yes.
feel like that's becoming one of your signature phrases. But
What? It's a good back game.
It's a good back game.
It's a good back
I
game.
think
Yeah.
you said that every game. I think you just like bat.
I do like it, but it is actually a
No,
good
you're
back
right.
game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a decent bad game, but like last bad game we saw this tournament, it was a really good bad game, and he didn't really have any impact, right? Because the hero is not that good. You know, it might be the best bad game, but the hero is just like his spells are not good enough. What do you think, Artur?
I think you just need a very expert bad rider.
He's such as
I think someone like S4 is very strong on the bad rider.
good job,
Like, I think Bulba would pick a Gustav bad rider there.
Sup, Gustav? Gustav's watching, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, he actually is for sure. Okay, Kanka. Why?
I think Kanka is really good against really good hero against Brewmaster because you know
The Rum?
Brew, yeah, the Rum is really good versus like Brew is kind of burst in a way, right? Even though he doesn't do insta damage, but he has his window of 10 seconds where he can just carry the team fight. But Kanka can delay the window and you know
Yeah.
turn the fight around.
Kanka is good versus Lina too, right?
Yeah,
Is
Lina
the
is.
lane good though?
I mean, I don't know if that's the case anymore because Lina used to have like close to no armor, but she got a lot of armor buffs too.
Yeah, she
So
actually is looking at
she's,
Jody
she's
hero.
pretty tanky now, so it's not like Kanka is that great against Lina anymore.
What do you think about this Veno pick here?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't
So
know.
what does that mean? Does that mean that Kanka can be offlane too? Veno can be mid or offlane? Maybe that's the idea.
I mean, I don't know what's going on. It's the
Maybe
draft.
Troll could be mid too, you know?
No, I think the Veno is, they wanted the matchup versus Sven. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. It's pretty
so-
good. Although, like, having a kill lane is really important against Veno. He's very slow.
Yeah, but is it that good? Because even though you have wards, you can't just blink. But if Saman uses his E, like he doesn't take any damage right from the wards, so
Yeah.
he can still blink on you and burst you immediately.
Interesting.
And there you go. The
True.
final pick is a Storm Spirit there, appropriately for J.Storm. So those are the drafts, and that means that we're about to head to break. We're going to find out if Team Serenity are going to defend the WSOE title or whether J.Storm are going to take it for themselves in just a few moments.
We never tuck down, we never quit, we never fail, we never run. We never tuck down, we never quit, we never fail, we never run. We never tuck down, we never quit, we never fail, we never run. We never tuck down.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. We find ourselves in the WSOE finals as J.Storm has battled their way here to face up against Serenity. Is it Serenity's destiny to walk away as a two-time champion at WSOE? Only time will tell. Once again, joined by the ever-lovely Moxie and always knowledgeable Bulba over here. How you guys doing, and what do you think about these drafts?
Oh man, I am excited. This is the grudge match that I wanted to see. We got J.Storm versus Serenity. We got Brile on that Storm Spear, but we got Shadow on that Troll, so I'm excited. What do you think, Bulba?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Kind of a new team from Serenity. They just got Shadow. I'm hyped to see them play. You know, I really am cheering for them. I'm cheering obviously for, you know, a lot of games and good Dota. Both teams are kind of fun to watch, you know.
Yeah, they are to watch.
They're not kind of. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, you know, already the action starting. A Light Strike Array to the face here as XCJ is going to be the first blood.
Yeah, it's not really how you want to start your game off. And J.Storm, imagine you're going to see that over and over. They love this kind of 3-stun combo.
It's a very strong lane, this aggro. And they've also decided to put the Panda bottom. Meanwhile, Serenity just kept like, straight up dual lanes. They have Veno Shaker off lane. It's some like TI7 liquid stuff. And then there's like a Bane Troll top and just a Kunkka mid. I was expecting like Serenity's draft looks very solid, you know, like they kind of have everything. Looks very, you know, just normal. And it's fine. I mean, they want to just play a very normal game. And it looks very stable. And meanwhile, J.Storm obviously like they've picked this Lina. It's kind of a new hero that not many people have picked. You know, just got buffed, and there's a Storm. We haven't seen that hero much at all. I think we've only seen him one game in this tournament. He lost, so I always love to watch Storm.
Yeah, I mean that's one hero that like is very flashy, makes a lot of plays. So pretty excited to see that Brile is going to be taking that in the mid lane. I also really like this Venomancer pick. I know that's not a very popular hero, but they're going to try to kite Moo as much as possible. So I think it was kind of a value pickup.
I'm not sure if Serenity, if it's good for them to keep the lanes like this. I feel that they should have been, they should have maybe dodged when they saw the aggro and just move the Veno top and then they put the Troll bottom. And okay, wow, a good pick, courier killer by Rodigi. How do you say his name?
Raji, because his name's Roger.
Yeah.
At least I assume. I could be completely wrong. This is beautiful setup, though, here on the top lane as they're putting more pressure onto Shadow. Gonna land up a couple of these stuns. Raji's making this rotation, trying to get Fear away. Nice fissure, though. Gonna be able to keep Shadow alive. They'll follow up with another Light Strike Array over onto XCJ. Fear having to move himself back. And it's just a slugfest here in this top lane.
Interesting to see. And then a lot of this game is going to come down to how you know, like he's won the last game with his Panda. He played really well.
This is such an aggressive lane. Again, just multiple stuns. Brain Sap's going to come out, saves him a little bit more time. Fury's trying to get that last hit over here. Should be able to find a Light Strike Array. Going to be able to stun up Shadow too, as he's got to run away. March is a big old tanky boy chasing him down through these trees. Raji, he wants to try to help him out, but they'll find the kill again.
I think that's why Sunil was talking about, like, have you guys seen Fear play the Lina recently?
Yeah.
Have you seen Fear play just in general? He's a legend. He's an NA legend.
That was actually a good death by the Troll there. Like he wanted to die, he had no regen, and he got the kill on the Sven. But obviously the Bane deaths are not going well. Whoa, what's gonna happen here? Is this a solo kill?
He's ticking down to that, yeah.
That's a really nice play out of PIW there.
That shouldn't happen. That's happening the entire game. These random deaths, like that shouldn't happen at all. I'm not sure if like this matchup, I don't feel it should be that bad for Panda. He should definitely not die to the Veno. That's gonna like tilt the matchup a lot in favor of this Veno. So.
And you don't want the Veno to start getting ahead here. It's just so aggressive. Another Light Strike Array getting thrown down with the Storm Hammer. March just, you know, whacking away over here onto Shadow. Nice Nightmare. We'll buy some more time. Light Strike Array going to connect again as they just try to chase him down. I do believe that Shadow should be okay this time, though, as he's going to run behind. Oh, but they have another stun, the Light Strike Array. They need a couple right clicks. Is March going to dive on this? No, they'll behave themselves.
Maybe one of the heads was saying dive, the other one was saying just hold off for now. I'm sure we will see that in due time. So much action, and then I love these kind of lanes where both teams are just looking for that opening constantly.
The big thing is that both the soul lanes for Serenity are winning. The Veno is like owning this Panda, and the Kunkka's doing really well mid. looking at the net worth, like the Kunkka's 400 net worth above the Storm, and the Veno's like insane amount, like basically 800 net worth above the Panda. That's gonna make the game like, it's gonna be different. Because like I think J.Storm expected to win all the lanes.
This game is ridiculous. We've got 6 kills in a little under 4 minutes already. So this top lane, I feel like they're just going to keep running at each other. They've got, it's a really nice kill lane, right? You've got 3 different stuns. You've got some squishier heroes that can't really deal with this early. Good reach on the Lina, of course, being able to, you know, just keep on harassing.
Yeah, this Veno has a 4-minute phase boots.
Oh my god.
He's ridiculously farmed.
That sucks for the Brewmaster.
Yeah. There's a DD rune bottom.
We're going to have the TP into the mid lane from March, trying to help out Bryle, but Bryle already squirting out of that sticky situation.
Yeah. Looks like Bryle's going to get the DD, though. Does he have a bot on him? Yeah, he does. So that's pretty lane salvaging rune there for Bryle, getting the DD like that. And he's also getting a flash by March.
March, such a bro. Love watching this guy. He's always taking one for the team.
Yeah, very unselfish player. Just like that in real life, too.
That's nice to hear. It's always nice to hear that, like, different people are actually just as nice as you see them in game.
So looking at the net worths, all 3 Serenity's cores are just winning ahead of J.Storm's, except even the Troll is a little bit ahead.
This feels a little awkward around the bounty runs for J.Storm here, but Mu actually does get over to take that because Raji going for the Fisher.
The support Lina's just doing so much, right? The fact that she's ranged and has such a large range on top of that, it's really just a value pick. We'll see more of that in the future.
They're not doing that badly though on the top. Like they really picked 2 supports to win the lane, and meanwhile Serenity do have Shaker as their 4, and they're winning the lanes. So it's like right now, in my opinion, it's favoring Serenity quite a bit, like how the game is going, especially because it doesn't seem like 4 is actually able to lane bottom. He's just getting lower and lower net worth compared to the Veno, all attributed to the solo kill.
March gets eyes on Raji. Raji with a nice deep observer ward here, so they'll have some vision if they look to get aggressive at any point here. ZYD moving on forward. They don't find the target they're looking for, so no big deal for them at this point. Yeah.
Invisibility.
Well, that's a nice rune here. Pick up for Raji.
Could we kick the Veno really fast just to see like how this bot lane's going? So I think this is going to be really important. He has an urn. He has a phase boots at minute 6, and he's like level 6 also. Like he is so happy right now. And let's pick Forbes level. He just turned 6. So right now, this Panda can't kill the Veno. Even though if he did lose the lane, he should be able to kill him. But he's not going to be able to get in range to clap him because of the phase boots. Like this Veno's going to be able to move much faster.
Like he only kills him if he gets the clap though, right?
Yeah. Or they bring a +1 rotation.
Yeah. Which we did see March kind of hanging out in that area, but that was only around the bounty runes. It's actually March getting some levels in the mid lane currently. Stun out onto Shadow. There's a TP into the top lane. LSA does not quite connect, and it's actually turned around here as Fear looks like the one that will be taking the brunt of the damage, but Fear dips into the trees on the side. Bryle, he's made his way to the top lane. They have the damage. They'll take down Shadow. Nice job for them. Now looking for the Earth Shaker. Nowhere to go, and a great rotation from Bryle secures 2 kills in the top lane over here.
That's what I like to see. I like to see a very active Storm Spirit. This is one of those heroes that, you know, starts to snowball a little bit if you find like the right rune, the right opportunity. And that's really where Bryle shines on his mid heroes here. So,
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I really feel J.Storm should make a rotation with the Storm to kill bottom. If the Veno is like so farmed, and he's going to be a problem right now because like Forbes bullied out of his lane. He had to TP out. Veno's just taking the bot tower. He's probably going to go the Spirit Vessel build into like, I'm not sure what he gets after that, but you know, probably just Spirit Vessel, maybe even an Atos, who knows.
J.Storm about to light up the top lane again. It looks like Ferev's rotating up there, has his ultimate ready to go. They're going to catch one out. They might even get a kill before Ferev even gets here. Now Ghost Ship comes in. It looks like it's going to land on 2, but Primal Split comes out as Ferev moving forward, trying to catch somebody for the rest of the team to follow up on. You shouldn't have fear to dive under the tower here, and you can see they're ready to follow.
The Veno should TP in here.
Vino hasn't pulled the trigger on the TP just yet. ZYD taking a whole bunch of damage. Now TP start to come through, but is it too little too late? March drops down. Another TP. Vino finally joining the fight. ZYD still alive somehow as Ferev's Primal Split has timed out. He's going to be rounded up and taken down. A deceptive team fight coming in from Team Serenity, and Fear isolated away from his team. Stunned up, Shadow's on target. He'll land the LSA, but should be just a matter of time before they take down the Lina. Whirling Axes are there.
Yeah.
I'll tie up the kill score, 6-6.
Really good play by the Kunkka overall, and the Veno TPing in. They really turned on that rotation. It was big. It was really big that helps J.Storm get ahead.
Boy, Bryle's gonna get held into place. Does have that ball lighting though. Can't run himself away as the rest of the team making a rotation. There's a thunderclap followed up with the boat. It's gonna connect. There's got a nightmare though as they're gonna try to chase after ZYD. ZYD is gonna be able to go get himself up to that high ground with the rest of his team, and that's gonna end that little skirmish there.
And meanwhile, the Veno's just pushing top. He's almost has his vessel. He's gonna have basically like around an 11-minute vessel or 10 minutes, depending on how many bounty runes they get. And Vessel got buffed quite a bit in terms of its damage. The heal got nerfed, but when you get a Vessel this early, he's gonna die.
Clap on the PYW. March pounding down, and Bryle's gonna show up as well. It felt like they already had it secured, but he's there. PYW does take down Fear.
Yeah. Looks like they're gonna just trade bounties. It's gonna be 2v2. It was a big kill though. He's so farmed on the Veno.
I was going to ask, you know, what do they need to do to take down this Veno, because it seems like he's just accelerating at an alarming rate for the side of J.Storm. So that's exactly what they ended up doing, though. So they handled it, had a TP rotation, and of course got Bryle in the mix.
The Kunkka's going Radiance. I like it. He wants to go scale. Not go the armlet or whatever item. He's quite farmed. He's an Arcane Rune. So Pandult's up. I'm interested to see how they're going to use it.
It really didn't work out for them too well last time, and it actually felt like it was going to be a really good setup.
They dove too far, though. They definitely were diving between towers. People were TPing in, and it just... I don't know. I don't think you can play that way, especially against like when you have a Venomancer. Like Venomancer is super defensive too. It's going to be able to come in and just slow down everyone, although...
This Rum is so good, just like delaying that burst damage. And Ghost Ship's gonna fly through one more time as ZYD is being focused down. J.Storm made the rotation. A Fisher's gonna cancel off the kill onto him. Bryle zipping forward, trying to find the final damage, but it will be turned around on Bryle. Eventually, will he go down? He's still alive. Laguna Blade comes out onto Raji. As the first hero to go down will be the Earthshaker. ZYD staying alive through the shadow, finds one for himself. J.Storm don't even care about this T1 here in the mid lane.
Really good play there by Forf to come mid and use his Panda ult. He has Tranquils on Panda.
I don't know.
He did the thing where he bought the ring and the Windlace and they connected. Oh god, that's the worst feeling in the world. Now you're stuck with this ugly green Tranquils in your inventory. The Tranquils of Shame.
Tranquils of Shame. Is that a new
That's actually what you call it, because you don't want the Tranquils. You want it for the early hood.
X marks the spot. Right into the boat for Rev. He's got pretty tanky here. He's going to try to run away. Should be able to TP out. I don't think they have anything to catch him.
It's a good call.
Just let Bounty run up there.
Dire's top tower.
Right now, this Veno, though, still top of the net worth. 5.8k, 5.1 on the Kunkka. Serenity feels like they're kind of just playing at their own speed at this time.
The Veno's going to hit the level 10 talent soon. Probably go for the GPM. It's going to keep accelerating.
Gotta be careful, though.
He went the 90 GPM. Really interesting build by Shadow over there on the troll. He's going a Diffusal Blade. So, Phase, Mask, Wraith Band, Wand, Diffusal. Interesting.
What do you think that's about?
No, he just wants to. He doesn't want to go the Battle 3 build. He wants to be able to end the game early. Like, just be fast. Be on. Hit his timing early, basically.
Yeah. Well, it feels like the pressure already coming out here with POIW on this Venomancer. The way he's played this game, he's gotten a foothold and taking advantage of it. The tier 1 tower will go down in the mid lane as Team Serenity start to gain a little bit of map control here.
Now, how does this work? Because you've got the Kunkka that's looking at getting himself a Radiance, which generally means that they'd like to scale. But if Troll is going to be going for an early fighting build, is it just going to be that he's going to be making the space for ZYD, or?
No, they just want to like, not like necessarily end the game early, but they don't want to just wait for like him to be useful at like 20, 30 minutes with the BKB, you know, battle free. They want to be able to just like Roshan early, go high, you know, snowball, and the Radiance may be a fallback. You know, he doesn't want to. He doesn't really feel like he wants to get an like a damage item in terms of physical damage, because they have a lot of armor on Radiant, like what Sumail and Artur were saying about the Lina, and they also have Sven. So they want to be able to have long team fights on Dire. They have Veno, they have Shaker, Bane. They have all these heroes that benefit a lot from long team fights, right? So they want to kite, and Radiance is obviously really good at that.
A bit of a deep dive here for Bane. Okay.
4 views of Pendle at bottom.
Let's see what he's going to get here. Looks like he's going to get the Shaker. Echo Slam buying a bit of time. Frev, he gets the toss. Nice block with the ward there. That's going to keep Raji alive. What a play coming out of PYW. That'll be Frev paying with his life.
He buys out though. He got his hood.
He's going to get his blink soon on Shaker. It's really fast blink. Yeah, he's a...
Man, PYW is just showing up today. Looks good. Venomans are getting away with just so much. Super farmed. March trying to run himself away here in the top lane. Is just going to get ganked up here by Serenity. They'll chip down that Ogre. Not so lucky today.
Serenity is playing really well. Looks like they're just outclassing J.Storm right now.
They are the defending champs, right? Although Bryle might have found himself a little pick off.
Yeah.
Can't do anything.
He's going to get that, and that's a great kill for Bryle, but Earthshaker already got that Blink Dagger. He spent the majority of his gold. Well, that's 395 gold actually picked up for Bryle.
The one thing right now is that the Sven for J.Storm is pretty farmed. I mean, just the thing about Sven as a hero. The only issue is that he's playing a pretty hard Sven game as a carry. He's versus Bane, he's versus Veno, Shaker. He's gonna, like, if they kite out his BKB, he's just gonna get stunned and slowed, and, you know, like, he needs to burst. It's gonna be a little bit hard for him to team fight, I think, in this game as the Sven.
It's almost like you do need the fight to develop in front of you a little bit so you can pick and choose how you're going to engage.
I think it's always a problem too when you've got like a Bane, right? Because even when you pick up that BKB, he's got a way to just control you completely here. Bryle, gonna be able to zip away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Halberd
attack.
on the Veno, he's gonna buy it, try and buy it.
PYW down here, starting to put some wards down on this T2.
Radiant's bottom tower
You
is
got
under
Shaker
attack.
and company rotating down just in case anybody did show up. And J.Storm not going to be tricked into any of this business, although Forev does hang out down here, maybe just clean up the creeps that we're pushing once everybody starts to rotate out.
Radiant structures.
It looks like they're just gonna trade towers here. Moon's
Dire's
already
top tower is
up here
under
with
attack.
Fear backing him up.
Radiant's
But
bottom
Scar's going
tower
down fast.
is under
BYW is actually
attack.
gonna be TPing in.
That doesn't feel like an even trade unless someone gets smoked
Radiant's
immediately up in the
bottom
top lane
tower
for
has
Serenity.
fallen.
It's gonna be hard for them to kill his Veno. Even if they do kill him, they're gonna take so much damage.
Dire's middle tower
Haste
is
rune on
under
the Storm
attack.
Spirit.
Dire's structures
Setting
are
up.
fortified.
Be careful, they don't have everybody in the vicinity. Might be going high ground. God's Strength gonna get popped out. They're gonna chase after the Venomancer. They really want this kill. Echo Slam coming out. And PYW, he gets off his ultimate. They're gonna turn it right around. They get the hold coming out from XCJ. And now the Nightmare, the Laguna Blade, gonna use a PYW. He finally will fall, but Fear is gonna pay for that with his life here. And I think you're okay with that though. Moo now is gonna get controlled with the boat, and the X finally get the kill on the Veno.
Moo's hating life after that one right there.
Yeah. This Shaker and Veno are like carrying, like they're playing so well, both these guys. And the Kunkka, like the three of them, you know, like obviously Shadow's doing his job, but this is really good. Like what the Shaker did the entire league game, he got the courier, came top, he evened out the lane, his rotations. I'm really impressed with how Raji's playing.
They put so much priority on Shadow during that laning phase. Do you think that that's something that they're going to make the same mistake again later on, like if we go throughout the series, or do you think we're going to see more attention being placed onto PYW?
For J.Storm?
Yeah.
I think it's a byproduct also. They want to give Forev a good lane. I think he's the kind of player that you want to, like, you know, make sure he gets a good matchup. The problem is he died. So that kind of just changes everything, right? So
Primal Split was trying to come out, but a Nightmare will cancel that off as Bryle begins to dance around over here. PYW is the target they want. Ghost Ship's going to come through, buying him a little bit of time, though, as Shadow takes March down. Frev finally get the Primal Split off, and now starts to get on the core of Team Serenity. Laguna Blade comes out, and he'll just take it to the face. Really not too much trouble for Team Serenity here. I can say, I mean, it felt like, or J.Storm, rather, was trying to get too much work done, and they've overextended. They're going to be punished for it. Frev stands his ground, but at the end of it, Team Serenity will take 2 and actually staggering out the death timers there.
It's exceptional team fighting from Serenity. Their decision making is like really good too. Everything just seems like everything just going really well. The flow they have, like every step they've made, all the moves they made, like everything seems to be going like almost like 80% perfect on C90.
They found themselves Bryle the X right back into the boat. And they should have the damage to find themselves a nice kill. XCJ gonna take it.
Yeah, once you get X'd up like that, doesn't even matter what you do, if there's any follow-up at all. And Bryle caught out now. The secondary stun to follow on Shadow here. A multicast as well with the Fissure. Perfectly placed here from Raji. We'll be able to bail him out, and just the power of the Earthshaker.
They're gonna kite it out, and then the bounty runes are up, but they're gonna have to sack both bounties. Veno TP'd bottom, so he can't get the top, so they need to back.
This looks like the saddest Sven. Just everybody running away from him. He just can't catch him. Beautiful fissures coming out from Raji. What's a Sven to do?
A lot of people don't know much about the Serenity team. Raji actually used to be, let's see what happens here. Raji actually used to be a Malaysian player, I think. He played in Southeast Asia. He was on a few teams like Geek Fam, things like that. I guess Serenity picked him up sometime after TI. So it's cool to see, you know, the Chinese team bringing in someone outside of the region. It's kind of very similar to what LGD has done with Xnova. Xnova was originally on like teams like WG Unity, and he was Malaysian as well. I think Singaporean, I forgot. And then he's now on LGD. So they also get outside perspectives, you know, they get different regions. It's cool to see.
No, I kind of like the fact that we've been seeing a lot of these kind of international teams coming together, different players. I know too, like, I heard something from, I don't remember who exactly, but they said, like, if you're a new and up-and-coming player, like, the SEA region is a great place to be right now. Is that true?
I think the SCA region itself, it's like a lot of high-skilled players, like Abed, Armel. It's like the region just lacks a lot of leadership, you know, but you can see, like, the skill of these players is insane, like Huku and stuff, too, you know.
X out onto Frev. They're going to pop the Fiend script as well, but there's nothing to follow up on there. It's way too much firepower, even though Serenity has been doing pretty well at this point.
A little bit of a fail boat there, but I mean, he's been on point with everything else, so.
And, you know, this is a best of 5, right? So this is just game 1 in the series, and both teams, like, whatever does happen here, they'll have to shake it off and just move on, look to the next couple of games.
Talking like it's already over there, you.
No,
it's just going. We're just going.
Reminding people, you know, that potentially haven't seen how J.Storm got here. Team Serenity is defending their title.
It's nice. Took go really well for him.
What a value, Stormhammer. They'll follow up with that fissure. Raji, these kiting moves are just so good. It's going to keep the Bane alive. Followed up with a great big old boat. They're going to be able to take down March. And now Laguna coming out. Echo Slam's going to get used. Bryles gets taken down by ZYD. This Kunkka is just running after them. Followed up with Shadow. He's just wailing away. That's another kill. They take out Bryle. They take down Moo.
It's a nightmare of a spin game.
They're not even done yet. They're still trying to chase after Raji here, and they're not finding this kill. The slow, the spirit, charge. Raji turns back around. He's got the enchant totem, and he just styles on him.
Raji, God, what a beast. His shaker play. It's insane. It's like some crit or GH level shaker player here.
I was looking into this team before too, and they had played a couple like regional Chinese tournaments and whatnot, and I think they came in like second a lot of the times. Like, they still look good.
So they're gonna, I mean, that was like, honestly, it was a good attempt by J.Storm. It was just like the shaker was in perfect positioning. That Fissure, like like the spell casting from that Fisher, it's like it was so like consequential what happened. It didn't let them burst the Veno, because if they bursted the Veno, the team fight might have been different. That was their timing too with the Sven BKB. He just got like a 4-man Fisher and like he cut the team fight in half basically. So
This game is just so hard for Sven again. Just keep going back to that. But yeah, all about, you know, your positioning. Raji has just been so on point. He's been, and you know, that's kind of like the beauty of a good Earthshaker player is even if you get that BKB, there's still a fissure there. You can't just move over it. You can't phase boots through it. It's really kind of interesting, actually.
It feels like the kind of Sven game, like you need the BKB obviously, but a Blink Dagger like where you can jump onto someone and blow them up and then go from there. Because the moment you get slowed down or broken apart, here we go, they engage into the boat! As Storm and Ogre get disappeared off the map. Serenity building up on this net worth lead here. 24 minutes in, 23 kills for them to the 13 of J.Storm. Game's not over, but it's looking quite good for Serenity here in game 1.
Yeah, this is a really easy Roche for them right now. To be able to take down, they've got the Plague Wards up and running. Kunkka just picked up a BKB, so he's not going to have to be worried about being controlled. Storm's going to be a non-factor for him.
Boba, what are your thoughts on the Sven build and what you would like to see to have him like maximize his potential in this game?
I mean, it's like hard for him to go Blink. I understand his reasoning for how he doesn't want to buy Blink. It's hard to play Sven versus Veno. He's going SN. What is he getting? SNY, it looks like.
Yeah, he's got the Yashikuta.
Yeah. It's weird because he's picked his hero super early and they're going to try and core up too. Honestly, it's a lot of fights happening everywhere. Yeah, I think this SNY, like maybe SNY Satanic, or maybe he just needs the burst damage. It's like kind of weird. That's a question to ask Artur later. I don't really know the item build on this hero too well. He has a really good Sven. So I do think that he, like, Blink is like kind of hard for him to buy, but also it's like this hero feels really weird to play if you don't have a Blink. So it's like, it feels like he's still
you're saying because it could get like canceled off, so he can't
you just know
blink
the
at a
way the
target.
hero has to play is he needs to blink, you need to ult, blink, and then like stun the support and burst. Like he needs to burst his Bane, ideally every team fight, right? If he doesn't burst the Bane, if he just goes in, he will get gripped.
But like you can't walk into this.
You gotta rely on your Storm a little bit too, though, right? Because you've got, I was looking at it, I was like, what's the initiation sort of setup? And, you know, usually it's going to be your Storm. And you're not gonna have to worry about the Sven being your initiator in this particular core role, but I don't think he can be the first one into that fight because they're just gonna get blown up.
The Storm can also do it. It's just also not like the easiest Storm game. It's Storm versus Bane Shaker. So
Radiant's middle tower has
gotta give a lot of credit over to ZYD though. He's also been pretty much everywhere he needs to be, as Serenity will find March over here. March, the sacrificial lamb, as Kunkka picks up his godlike streak and in position to maybe get a little bit of chip damage here onto this T3.
Look at Raji.
Is Raji just open AI now?
Raji boss.
Now he would be walking around and then doing it.
Hey, I mean, this is how it begins.
Raji's chappy.
Oh no. Oh no, not like this.
So it looks like they're gonna leave. They're gonna want to push out top. They still have their Aegis for a little bit. Don't have the timer exactly, but it's a cool build also by this troll. He didn't go the conventional Battle Fury build, and he made a lot of space for his team. Got the early defusal.
Rolling together for the most part over on the side of Serenity, and it's been paying off in spades. They got Bryle over there, but I don't think they spotted him out, although the smoke does pop. Or actually, I don't think it popped. Did he just drop down the ward? Yeah. Okay, Bryle spotting out the troll.
He's like, hey,
like, nah,
not. Actually.
Nah, you got an Aegis.
Yeah.
No thanks, bro.
I'm good.
Dire are scanning.
Kunkka's big right now. 10-second BKB on him.
Oh. Is his Spidey sense tingling? Is he going to be able to TP out?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have the TP for another couple seconds. I think he's okay, though. I think they'll just have assumed he's already left.
Looks like he is going to BKB next. They're still not really on a timer on the Serenity. Their heroes do scale really well. Their support scale. They probably feel really calm right now. know, everything all the moves they made just seem to be like perfect in a way. There's no like real like overextension or anything. You know, they're waiting, they're playing patient. It's like kind of beautiful to see.
Your team is literally called Serenity, so, you know. They're just chilling, they're enjoying their time, playing some Dota 2 together.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder how much it did help them to sit and watch J.Storm battle their way to the finals here, right? Like, they gained a lot of information about how J.Storm want to play the game out, the rotations they like to make, the timings they're trying to hit.
Yeah, Raji, he's so patient.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Shadow still has Aegis, not a lot of fear on this troll. As Fear and company doing what they can to slow down the push coming out of Serenity. Raji just hanging back there under the guise of invisibility. Forev, he'll jump in, gets his clap off, gets the primal split as the boat comes through. Bryle looking for the Earthshaker. They'll find him, but he blinks back into a safe position. Won't be any follow-up there.
Panda just died. Yeah. Up the green.
So that's a major ultimate down, and Serenity are still knocking at the door.
I don't think they're knocking, I think they're battering, ramming it down right now, to be quite honest.
They're police knocking on the door.
That was really good. They actually had the Aegis timer. I think J.Storm had the Aegis timer written down as well, so they wanted to make it jump the troll as soon as Aegis was about to end. But Serenity actually recognized that and they ran away. If they did actually stay there, the game might have actually been thrown. So a really good decision making there by Serenity to get away.
Red needs to be very careful here.
And next they need to wait for Shadow's BKB. He's like 600 gold away.
Alright, yeah, they should be able to find themselves a quick little kill on Shadow. They'll turn around. They have their eyes now on BYW. Fiend's Grip's gonna get used though. It doesn't matter if you got a BKB and they have the Fiend's Grip. Nice fissure coming through. Moo, he's trying to fight his way out. He gets disarmed. There's the Echo Slam coming out from Raji. They just waited, patiently waiting for Moo to be there. And they clean him up, and March still tries to run himself out. He can't outrun all of this nasty, nasty stuff.
Did you see what the Shaker did there? He has a Shadow Amulet. If you click the Shaker and he fissured, he used the Shadow Amulet so Ogre could not cancel his blink, because Ogre had a chance to cast a spell to cancel, and he used a Shadow Amulet and then immediately blinked after. It was actually sick.
Told you, dude. He's open AI now. Bryle just trying to cut some waves here. 2 siege units with Serenity in the mid lane. Melee barracks should be going down here.
Bryle doing everything he can to try to get them off, but like, what can they do?
That was honestly like the best case situation. They burst through the troll. The problem is 4 of it died already, so the fight was a straight up 4v4. And the 4 left on Serenity were just stronger. If 4 was alive there, maybe the team fight would have been different, because he could have maybe cycloned the Venom or something like that. And he also has a pipe, which is really important too, versus what the Serenity has in their lineup.
29-15, about 32 minutes in, 16K net worth lead for Serenity, just slowly stacking it on. I think it was 11K last time I looked, but after that last fight, tack on a couple more thousand to their advantage. Shadow, ever closer. He just needs about 100 more gold for that BKB. It's a pretty game-changing pickup for the troll too.
Man, poor March. March has like no net worth right now. At the very, very bottom. Barely 2K net worth.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So I'm just gonna cut waves.
That's all he can really do right now. Picks up the BKB. So now at least, you know, you might be able to take Moo out of these fights with the BKB and the Fiend's Grip, but Storm will be able to move around quite a bit still.
Trying to think about what J.Storm can do to come back.
Radiant's top
They honestly just need to like, they need a really good jump. The problem is this Panda is also like, doesn't have a blink. He still has a Tranquils of Shame.
He's accepted them now. They're part of his life. We get another BKB picked up on Troll, so.
Yeah, there's a second 8. Roshan is up now. It's going to be the cheese. They're probably going to just go high ground top lane with it.
So do these BKBs, does this, obviously, you know, it gives them a little bit more of a fighting chance, but how much of a fighting chance does it give them here?
For J.Storm?
For J.Storm, yeah.
I mean, it can help. It's just like the problem is they also are gonna lack damage. Like all their damage is on the Storm, the Storm and the Sven and the Lina. And the problem is like their damage is they're just gonna get kited. And the thing is, Serenity's heroes are all so farmed now. Like they've all gotten so tanky. All three of their cores, if like their HP is probably around like 3,000, 4,000. And Storm doesn't like playing versus tanky heroes. He wants to be able to burst people. 2,000. Whatever, I exaggerated it.
It's also like with the BKB, you have to worry about where this Bane is, and is someone going to get gripped and just held in place during that duration. But you have to deal with this Earthshaker as well, which puts so much pressure on them.
I don't know if they've noticed that Raji has the Shadow Blade yet. They know that he was going towards it, right? Because he had the Shadow Amulet, but...
Yeah. They should assume he has it by now. That's why they're probably a lot more scared to split push right now. But they're doing a good job. Like this is like what they need to do to win. They need to keep split pushing, and they can't take a straight up 5v5 as J.Storm. This Veno is so hard. 19 to almost 220k net worth at 34 minutes on an offlane Veno.
Well, that's what happens when you don't contest at all. So I know you were saying that they wanted to make sure that Ferev had a good lane, but I'm pretty sure Ferev did not have a comfortable lane, and PYW ended up having a fantastic one. So while they put all that pressure on Shadow on the top, I think maybe they should have put a little bit more priority. Ferev running away. Oh, they get the Fiend's Grip off. They'll follow up here with the Torrent. Not going to quite connect. And they're going to try to chase him just a little bit, get the X off. I'm not sure they want to go high ground here right now, though.
J.Storm's got to feel good about that and have Fiend's Grip on cooldown.
It's definitely a safer engagement if they want to take it.
They still have Panda ult, but now you're dealing with Aegis plus Cheese. And Serenity also not forcing anything as well. It's everything that they're doing feels very comfortable out of their movements.
So the only annoying thing for them is the Storm. It's cutting their waves. They're going to take this bot shrine.
Radiant's bottom shrine.
They're going to hit the bounties. Looks like he's going to go for Satanic next, I think. See the item above that on the troll.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Or Basher. He's going for Basher first. Okay.
Well, so everyone's going to back off now. Take some time, finish up some items. Have a breather.
AC soon on the Kunkka.
Oh, that's a sheep stick pickup now for the Venomancer too.
They want to pick off the Storm. It looks like that's their game plan as Serenity. They don't want to like try and go high ground. It looks like he might get gone on top.
Actually use the Echo on the Storm. We'll stun him up. ZYD, there's the BKB coming out. He's going to just be able to zip himself away, but that's a very defensive BKB. RG still chasing after him. Actually going to TP to the other side, thinking maybe he's going to run out or something, or maybe they just want to go find something else. I don't know.
That was a rare mess up by Raji this game. He hesitated a bit on the Fissure. He wanted to wait for the Fissure to land with the Enfeeble.
PYW is going to be caught out. Put a Force Staff down to low ground. He'll get the Poison Nova off.
So I'm going to have to like BKB. Yeah, I was about to ask. Is Moo going to have to just leave? Yeah, they're just going to try to back out. Nice.
Bryle actually going down here. A Serenity round up Ferev. Raji cutting off any chance at retreat. This Team Serenity take two. They're both buybacks available for J.Storm, but this is getting very difficult to deal with.
That Shaker, he failed to kill top. He immediately TP bottom because he knew they were going to go on Veno. That was a sick play.
I thought he was thinking about looking at Bryle, like maybe Bryle was going to try to make a shortcut through, look for a rune, but like you said, March. Get X'd up right again, just bash down by the troll. So he's going to put pressure on the tower. I don't know what they can hope to do right now. I don't think they can push them away.
They don't want to buy back on the Panda, so they'll wait for that to tick down. This is probably last stand, Bolo, yeah? Or no?
Yeah, it's the last stand. If they lose this team fight, they're going to lose the game.
All right, well, let's see how Serenity play this one. They need mana for Ghost Ship. Poison Nova's on cooldown, Echo Slam cooldown as well. stun will come out on the ZYD, but he's 4-staff, so the second one does not connect. Zip one to the back line. They've caught the Bane over here. Laguna Blade comes out, but he stays alive. Finally will get cleaned up. Now Ghost Ship flies on through as J.Storm trying to make their last stand over here. Forev has pretty good control, and Shadow will have his Aegis popped off, but a fresh respawn as PYW gets his Poison Nova off cooldown. Gets it off on, I think, 3 heroes over here. Now the jump forward, Shadow just wails away. He takes down the spin. Forev is second to drop. They both have buybacks as Bryle zipping forward one more time, trying to get that damage off onto PYW, but he's hexed up and taken down. No buyback for him. Stormhammer holds ZYD in place. The Whirling Axes come out, and it's just forcing Sven back. He can't go toe-to-toe with that. Knocked up, taken down. This should be the end of the end here for J.Storm, as they only have 2 heroes left, and that's fair. Finally, the GG will be called out 39 minutes into game 1. And Serenity picking up nearly a kill a minute to take the lead in this best of 5.
All right, well, Team Serenity, they're proving why they are the champions.